Okay, I am going live in my group and I can see that we are live, so that's awesome. I just really want to emphasize a little bit of hope for everybody. So here's the thing. When we have all of these disruptive, difficult symptoms going on, it can be excessively difficult to stay in a place of hope or positivity because there's just so much going wrong. But I wanted to share that I've had some successes this week. I've done some coaching calls. And so the first one is someone who I actually had to cancel on last week because I was sick. But the first session we did, she was crying. She was discouraged. She felt hopeless. She was having trouble with her work and sleep and feeling really stuck and no options for her treatment wise. Traditionally, she can't do the HRT. So working with me over the last 3 weeks and dealing with the care plan. So that's an action step plan that I give you when you finish your coaching call. And that helps you to, well, you don't have to guess about what you should do next. I tell you, you're going to call this doctor, you're going to work on this, you're going to try this supplement, you're going to do this yoga, and then we're going to meet again in 3 weeks. And so the difference between the first session and the follow-up session is night and day. She did the things that I asked her to do. She took all of my advice to heart and went through the action steps and did the homework. And she is feeling more focused. She's still having some problems sleeping, but when she wakes up now, she has a plan of what she can do. And that has helped her to get a little bit more rest. So she's more organized and she's not losing track of things and she's not feeling scatterbrained at work, which makes a huge difference because for a highly effective person to suddenly feel scatterbrained, it's very disturbing. It's not how she is. It's not what her nature normally has been. And so she's doing much better. And I didn't get a number for her, but I would say she's gone from like a 3 out of 10 to maybe more like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. So she's not back to normal or her normal or feeling really good in her body and her life, but she's on the way. And she has a plan of the next supplement that she's going to add and even how she's going to get it. And hopefully, I'm fingers crossed, I've had really good luck with this particular supplement myself. And I'm really hopeful we're having the same kind of things. And it's made a huge difference for me. And so she's got that hope now of something else that she can try. And then we've rebooked for 3 weeks in January. And then I had a call yesterday with someone that was very brief where they were going through their scenario, which looks pretty daunting. And there's a lot of fear there. There's a lot of mistakes that have been made in her care and doctors that have let her down and really not knowing for sure what the plan is going to look like and going into a worst case scenario, like she really feels that she's in for surgery. But I was able to reassure her, in Canada, they're not going to just go in and remove organs unless the organ has disease. So if they go in and do a uterine biopsy, like for me, when they did the uterine biopsy, they could see that I have polyps. That would explain why I was having abnormally high bleeding, like more bleeding than usual and more painful periods. But polyps in and of themselves do not require treatment. They don't mean you're going to get a hysterectomy. There was no sign of cancer. That's what they would be looking for. And so I was able to reassure her that's most likely what will happen is they will look at the lining of the uterus and say, okay, well, let's watch it and see what happens. And if there is something really wrong, they will deal with it right away. There won't be this waiting game, to try and get through the holiday season waiting on your test results. If there's something wrong, they will let you know right away. It's a matter of days and they will get you in as soon as possible. If it's an emergency, you don't have to worry about that. And then today I did a session with someone that I helped get through surgery because unfortunately, sometimes we do need surgery. I've got one that's coming up in February. And, So I was able to help her get ready for the surgery, be in best shape for the surgery, know what to expect for the surgery. And here's just an example of how working with me as a coach has helped her. When we were first talking about things to have on hand, what to have in the house, what to be ready for, what to be prepared for after surgery, one of the things that I mentioned to her was preventing constipation. And she said, "Oh, that's really not a problem for me." And I said, "But, after surgery, if it becomes a problem, it becomes a very painful and even potentially dangerous problem because we don't want to be straining on the toilet while we have our surgery, we're healing from surgery." So she was able to share with me that she, in fact, did need to have that product on hand and that it came in handy and she didn't have to go and run and get it because it was already in her house. And that's something that I had helped to prepare her for and prevent her from straining on the toilet. And it seems like a really simple thing. It seems like maybe a basic thing that wouldn't really be a big deal. But those kind of things that come up with coaching can make a really huge difference to your quality of life. So it's not life threatening if you get constipated, but if you notice that that might be a problem and you have everything at home already to prepare, you're prepared to deal with it. Now you don't have to wonder what to do, and you've just solved another problem by taking care of it right away. So that's 3 success stories, and that person is going to be graduating. So we rebooked for 3 weeks from now, and we'll be doing a graduation session. Though that doesn't mean that she can't come back and do coaching. Like if something else changes, something will. Maybe it's going to be brilliant for her and she won't really have any problems. We never know. Sometimes that does happen where people come to a settle, everything kind of just settles down and they come into a much better place. And if that happens, then, that's wonderful. But if she has suddenly, like maybe she starts having really bad hot flashes, or maybe she starts having heart palpitations, or maybe she starts having some sexual dysfunction or something like that, and she needs to talk to someone about it right away who knows what's going on, she can just contact me and book in and come back again another time. So if you're interested, you can book a call. I can share the link in the bottom of the chat here, and just you can book a call and just talk to me. And that is very helpful. And then from there, you can decide if you're interested in going ahead and doing some coaching. What I'm loving about it is just watching people change from, worried and intense and having trouble and difficulty to really just enjoying themselves again and smiling and laughing. Today, my client that's going to graduate next time, we had some really good laughs during our session. Whereas the first session we had, there was a lot of discomfort and illness and fear around the surgery, which we were able to address. And she is doing much, much better now. So if you would like to be one of those people that gets through a transition and gets to a much better place, you can contact me. I've put that link down where you can book a call. That's the best place to start, because then you can just let me know what's going on and we can have a little chat, and that's free. And then from there, you can book coaching. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because my fees are going to go up in January. But if you book me now, you get 2023 rates. So that is your push to do that for yourself and for your family and your loved ones and your long-term health and well-being. It's to the benefit of everyone. All right. So I think that's it for now. I just wanted to pop in and really quickly talk about that a bit. I've got to get ready to go get my eyes checked because my eyes have changed again, which is on the list, comprehensive symptom list. All right, everybody, have a great day.